everybody, welcome back to this week's show. Wow, we are up on the one and only Winnibigoshish at Bowen's Resort with our good friend Ruben from Vortex. We're going to be doing a little bit of fishing and a little bit of hunting. And I hope you guys want to ride along and check out this experience because it is going to be a good one. Check out this place. This is an awesome place. You know what? I'm thinking about maybe next year coming up here and bringing my family up here and with all the grandkids, and you know what? My boys and their wives, I think they'd have a ball. It's absolutely beautiful here. Hey, you guys, we got a lot going on, from walleye fishing to perch fishing to grouse hunting. Come here once. Oh my gosh, I really feel at home. Look at some of Little Stinker's relatives live here. Oh, look at that. When I feel lonely, because I miss Little Stinker, all I got to do is come out in here to the living room. Hi, Stinker. Nothing like feeling at home.
Biggest thing out here, guys, one, we're gonna have a lot of fun.
Okay, I like that.
That's number one thing, but we also are gonna do it really safely. You guys are a team, first and foremost. But we're coming up to the dogs. You guys are gonna follow me.
Okay.
I'm gonna lead you in with the GPS.
Yep.
And I'm gonna say, all right, Maddie is 30 yards in front of us. Okay. And at that point, I'm gonna send you forward. And again, it's unloaded. When I send you in front, I want you to close your guns.
Okay.
Okay, when you have open woods in front of you is when you can close your guns. When you're walking behind me or walking behind somebody else, and even when we're just walking down the trail, we can walk with our guns broke because the goal is to shoot pointed birds. When that bird gets up, you have a quick move to your bird.
Okay.
Okay? If a bird gets out your way, my gun isn't going to go any further than that because that's going to be your bird.
Okay.
Okay? If a bird gets out my way, I can go to that bird, and you're going to do the same thing. You're going to hit that. Your gun is going to hit that break, and it's not going to go any further. We might get a bird that's going to go behind us. Okay, so you're going to recognize that that bird is going about behind us. Yep. You're going to turn, plant your feet, and make a safe shot.
Okay.
Are you guys ready to have a good time?
Yep. Let's do it.
Let's do it.
The dog's ready.
Grouse eat a variety of food, especially this time of year. You open up their crops and see all the different things that they can eat. You know, this food here is a staple all throughout the year, but particularly in the winter. This is called a catkin, and it grows on hazel. And these are a little smaller. It's hard to say what kind of hazel year that we're going to have, or a catkin year. But if you break this little guy open, do you see the green on the inside?
Yeah, I do see that.
So that green will be there all year. They will eat tons and tons and tons of these catkins. This time of year, yeah, a lot of greens, mushrooms, catkins, probably some buds. It can really be a whole variety of foods because we haven't had a frost yet.
How does a grouse survive winter when you get 2 feet of snow, 3 feet of snow, 4 feet of snow? Like, where do they go?
They
right?
thrive in the wintertime.
They do.
The best winters for grouse are when the snow is deep and fluffy.
Let's kind of talk a little bit about that. Like, let's explain it. Let's get back to hunting. But why is it that they survive so well when there's a lot of snow?
Well, they're not a very hardy bird in the sense that they don't carry a lot of fat. They're really thin-skinned, you know, unlike a pheasant that is really thick and can handle a lot of those elements. Grouse need deep, fluffy snow because they will burrow in, and they basically
like an insulator,
just like an insulator. So they burrow in, and they'll hang out there all day until it comes time for the evening. When it's time to come up and feed, they'll fly up to the treetops and they'll feed on buds. They'll feed on these catkins.
All right, back to hunting.
Bird! Nice shot.
Thank you.
That was an awesome shot.
Thank you. I got lucky.
That was fantastic. You made a beautiful offhand going behind you. I mean, it doesn't get much better than that.
Yeah, that was a lucky shot. That's all I'm going to say.
So what we're going to do here is I've got her leashed up and we're going to hunt dead. And since we kept moving to see what else was in front of us, we're going to let her do the work and hopefully find this bird on the ground.
Okay, sounds good. Looking for a woodcock.
And it wasn't hit super hard.
Right.
The bird. So it may be a little challenging to find this bird, but we're going to do our best. Bird! Larry! Left side.
Yep. Jump behind, huh? I never even seen it until you said anything.
Yeah.
So it jumped behind me, huh?
Yeah, it did.
Lot of scent. Dog was locked up twice now. Gotta love this stuff though. Good way to get some exercise. It's exciting. Get to see some different territory.
70 yards.
Definitely want to go over there. That is
70 yards.
All right, Jens, let's talk a little bit about the importance of having your Garmin unit here, basically to track the dog and you know when he's stopped. But I'm sure there's some other really, important things about having that too.
This is a critical tool for us. We run a system where we have a Garmin GPS collar and then we use a bell. And the Garmin allows me to see where the dog has been, where the dog is moving out in the cover, and then the bell gives us instant feedback on what the dog is doing. This unit in particular too has an SOS feature and satellite messaging, so
If something happens, you
if
get
something
hurt.
happens, if I get hurt, if a hunter gets hurt, if a dog gets hurt, I can send a message to my wife's cell phone, and she'll know what the situation is. If I hit this SOS button, it'll send out an SOS to authorities.
Really, the whole part about this hunting with dogs is really not about the killing part. It's really about enjoying watching the dog work in the bond that you have with that animal. But again, that dog is a part of your family, and you care as much about that dog as you would one of your kids, right?
And they're athletes. These dogs, what they can do out in these woods is nothing short of extraordinary.
Hey, Jens, let's talk a little bit more about habitat and really what a grouse does. And I hear a lot of grouse drumming. And so I didn't know till a little while ago that there's certain areas that they drum on, like you just call it a drumming log.
Correct, yeah, drumming log. And they drum 2 times a year. They'll drum in the fall, and then they'll drum in the spring.
What's the reason for them drumming? Mating?
Mating, and then in the fall, it's very territorial. You can find evidence that they have been sitting here. So this is an older log, but you can see all the droppings here.
That's all grouse droppings.
That's all grouse droppings. And active logs will have so many that it's
Like a pile,
like
huh?
a pile, and it'll be cascading off of both sides. Bird!
Woo! That is absolutely cool. That is worth every bit of it.
Girl,
Right there. We're in some thick stuff.
We're in some thick stuff.
Right, and to make that shot, Nick, that was awesome.
Oh my gosh.
Just so you know, I cleared the brush out for you with my 2 shots, and you were able to make the shot. Is there a way to tell between
There
male
are.
and female?
There is. There are
Right.
a few ways. So we'll start with, usually it's like a 2 out of 3.
Okay.
Okay. So unfortunately, most of the fan is gone, but just by this one feather, I can tell it's a little bit of a shorter feather. So usually that would indicate that it's a female. And then if I look at the rump feathers here, that one white dot right there,
Okay.
that would indicate that it is also a female.
So far, we're on a good
Okay,
streak.
so we're
That's
two,
a female.
2 for
right?
2. Finally, usually the males have orange above their eye. You see any orange there?
No orange.
So
Definitely a female.
we're going to say that this is a female. Now, there's another way to tell if it's an adult bird or if it's a juvenile bird.
This is what I want to know.
Okay. And so here we're going to look at our our primary wing feathers. Do you see how round and smooth all those are? So those would indicate that the bird is molted and therefore is not a juvenile bird.
Oh, interesting.
And so this would be an adult female. I mean, we've walked how many miles and
put a lot of
seen
miles
birds
on.
and
Yes.
all for this one bird, but it makes it all worth it.
It does, definitely. That's the cool part about, grouse hunting in general. It is a lot of good conversation, a lot of good walking, and it's really unique to watch the dog work too. Hey, Ruben from Vortex, how you doing, buddy? This is the man that invited us up here this week, and just seeing what I see here and the experiences that we've had in some of the other guys that are here, have been here multiple years too. This is a very unique place. So let's talk to Bill, right? I mean, he's the master of the domain here, right?
It was a pretty simple thing. We just wanted to create an environment that we would enjoy. I call it just the golden rule. What would you expect if you went somewhere? And we just had a lot of fun, and all the people that are here, I mean, there's a lot of spirit. There's a lot of people that really love this place, and we're just really super fortunate to have the people that enjoy coming here.
Let's just say somebody's watching this and they've been looking for a special place to take their family. Really, what are the highlight parts in your eyes that why somebody would want to come here?
We're a destination resort. In other words, we're at the end of the road. And so the only people that are here are associated with the resort.
Okay.
So you don't have to worry about outside traffic. You don't have to worry about who's coming or going. And the kids can just really the kids that bring their bikes and the first time, boom, they're off on their own. All that stuff's pretty special in today's world. I grew up that way, and it's hard to find anymore, but it's still here.
Yeah, that is very special, where you can just let your kids kind of just go and do their thing. Hey everybody, we're gonna do a little walleye fishing tomorrow before we leave to go home, so hang on to your heinies. Wow, it has been an amazing trip. We're going to go out and do some walleye fishing today. We've got our good friend Ruben and Nick from Vortex in the boat, and I'll tell you what, the walleye fishing has been absolutely fantastic. So I'm looking forward to it. Hang on to your heinies. There you go, nice walleye on the shiver spoon. Woo, nice fish. Gotta love that, man. Ginga binga linga, yeah. Winnibigoshish, woohoo. Loving that. That's what it's all about right there, everybody. You know what? Walleye fishing. You know what, Ruby, you were out here yesterday and them fish moved a little bit on us, didn't they?
Yep, they moved a little bit, but we got them.
The wind switched on us and we just went for a little ride here and obviously got on them right away there. So, hey, let's keep her moving. The shiver spoon on Winnibigoshish. This thing doesn't matter where you're fishing, where you're at, it catches fish. I'm gonna wheel this one up. There we go. Now we might be in the slot. Hey, Ruben, let's talk a little bit about the slot here on Winnie. And I think, I've been preaching this for years. I've never fished a body of water that had a slot limit on it that wasn't a good fishery. So important to protect the main spawners. And I'll tell you what, this is one of them lakes where they got her dialed in.
Yeah, I think like you said, Larry, I mean, from, just good management practices to making sure the lake has what it needs to keep producing fish, and, working with people like we're working with guys at Bowen Lodge. They've got a really good relationship with the people who manage the fishery out here, and, constantly giving them feedback and input about how the lake's doing, how the fishermen coming into the resort are doing. That all kind of comes together to make a great fishery.
Oh, there's a big one. Nice job, Ruby. Gotta love that one, huh? Woohoo! That's why you come to Winnibigoshish, right?
Here we go.
Nice fish.
Winnie Gold.
Loving it. You know, I talk about the importance of having the right cadence for the right baits, but a lot of it has to do with the right rod too. And basically today what I'm using is a 6/8 Mags custom rod. And this is a medium action rod. So I can really pop that spoon hard and follow, there was another one, follow it back down. The other importance is, and I say it all the time, it's like a motorcycle throttle. It's all in your wrist. I'm really not moving my arm much at all. It's just popping your wrist and getting that consistency of that bait coming up and falling. And I'm basically watching that line, and I'm waiting to feel that, because almost 99% of these fish will hit it right before it's gonna hit the bottom. And I think the biggest mistake people make when they're doing this is basically they make the mistake of not following that bait down. And it's so important that that bait at least touches that bottom for just that split second and then comes back up. Good job. Nice job, Ruben. Nice job. Let's talk about what you're doing there.
Well, just kind of, I'm dragging this Pendu jig on the bottom, the minnow. Nice
That's a good fish too.
little
Now that's a
boxer.
keeper right
Yep,
there.
absolutely.
Got a good one? Oh, that's a good one. Oh, take that one. You know, that's the cool part about, wow, hold that one up, Ruben. Winnibigoshish is such a great fishery for multi-species, and that's the cool part about this lake right there. That's a nice perch anywhere. Good job, Ruben. There you go. Another nice one. Woo, chika. Hey, I think we'll say we'll hold off on any more walleyes for a while. If we have the opportunity to catch perch that are this size, we'll stay and catch them. I'm the bait guy right now. There you go. All right, Nick. Whoa, keep them going. All right, boys. Well, I got him. Not taking my job away. Right? Good gracious. This is my favorite part. Taking fish off, baiting up hooks. Right? Production. Right? That's how it goes here, right? Look at this. This is, yeah, exactly. Keep things rolling here. Hey everybody, this week's tip of the week brought to you by our good friends up at Mike's Country Meats, the finest jerky on the planet. Hey, I'll tell you what, we're up on Lake Winnibigoshish this week, and you know what? Amazing walleye bite, but we stumbled on these perch, and I'll tell you what, we have really got them going good. And the key was definitely to always keep at least one bait in the water, because when you're watching on your live scope, as soon as both of the guys pull their lines out of the water, the school starts to wander away. Keeping a spoon down there was definitely key to keep them fish close, right? So, hey, when you're fishing perch, remember, if you want to keep them down there, definitely always keep one bait in the water. This week's tip of the week, again, brought to you by our good friends up at Mike's Country Meats, the finest jerky on the planet. Oh, Ruben. Oh, yeah! Look at that. Look at that. These are some really nice perch. I tell you what, we caught a bunch of walleyes. Now we got on the perch right here. And, yeah, just using the little Acme jigs, and away we go. Nice. Hey, we talked earlier about going to different places and new experiences. That's my favorite part about the show. And, you know, when you're filming 52 new shows a year just for network alone, really being diverse on everything you do really is a big thing, in my opinion, is that I don't want our stuff to get repetitious or get stale. So we're constantly going and fishing with different people and learning new things and doing different things. And this week, what a great experience it's been coming up to Winnibigoshish and fishing and hunting with the guys out of Bowen's Lodge right there. Just absolutely awesome time. And what a great resource. You say fire, you say fire. Oh, that's a nice one. Oh, that's a nice one. That's a dandy. It's probably the biggest one of the day. Nice. Oh, yeah. Jumbo. Oh, that's a pretty one. Perch after perch after perch.
That is some beautiful Winnie Gold. Look at those
Winnie
fins.
Gold. Oh. It is a perch. Look at that. Yeah, check this out. on the old Shiva spoon. Check out this big old perch. Gotta like that. Oops. Looks like our camera lens is pretty messed up now from that perch. It's a great marine suds moment. And I'll tell you what, they have some of the greatest cleaner when it comes to glass for your optics or for your camera or for your screens. Give her a little. There you go. Looking good. Hey, what a special 3 days we just had up at Bowen's Resort there on Lake Winnibigoshish. Want to thank our good friends from Vortex for inviting us up there. It was a great experience. It's something that if you guys are looking for a place to take your family or some clients and have just a great time, you definitely want to check out their resort. They got a lot to offer there. Extremely professional people and just an amazing place. Hey, like we do each and every week, we always want to thank all of our military men and women for the great service they have given this country and continue to give this country, along with all of our firefighters, paramedics, and no doubt all of our law enforcement agents. Hey, I want to tell you guys, God bless you in this country, and we're going to see you guys again next week, and thanks for joining us.